Hey guys, Conor Orr here from Sports Illustrated and the MMQB. We're 14 weeks in the books, which means week 14 power rankings have just been filed. Let's talk about it. As always, the conversation starts with the Kansas City Chiefs, who I have back in the top three. I have them at number 3 this week. And the reason I pushed them back up was try to take sort of a narrative-free look at the Kansas City Chiefs. At this point, I feel like we've all got Chiefs fatigue. We're all tired of seeing them win games on blocked kicks and fumbled snaps and banked field goals, which are just like the last 3 or 4 weeks, really, if we're being honest about it, right? But we get into this habit then of declaring them as sort of unworthy, right? This is not a good team. And DVOA, some of the advanced stats will back you up on that they are one of the worst, 11, 12 win teams in the NFL at this point in modern history, right? But I think my argument here is that Patrick Mahomes is playing at another level. We're just kind of not seeing it. We're not picking it up. We're kind of reading the sheet music and not listening to the actual tune. He does not have Travis Kelce as a table setter anymore. Like, Travis Kelce is not helping in this offense the way that he used to. Mahomes isn't seeing the openings that he's used to. And against the Chargers, he got some violent blitzes in this game that he recovered from and completed balls on downfield that were some of the best throws I think I've seen him make over the last 2 years. And so as long as that guy keeps getting better, you're in a lot of trouble in the postseason because he's going to keep the game close. He's the ultimate competitor. And I still do like DeAndre Hopkins, all these other guys. They're not exactly, you get Hollywood Brown back towards the end of the season. It's not what you used to have, but I do think that there's another gear there. Almost like some of those old Patriots teams. I know a lot of people have made that comparison before, and it makes a lot of sense. A couple other teams I want to bring up here. The Philadelphia Eagles get knocked back kind of at Kansas City's expense. And the reason why, sure, you almost lost to the Carolina Panthers. If Xavier Legette catches that ball, we're talking about a catastrophic loss for the Eagles. They did not play well, and we have some griping going on between A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown saying the passing game is broken. Brandon Graham going on the radio and saying that maybe these guys aren't getting along as well as they used to. And this happens a lot, but the one thing that interests me is A.J. Brown's one of the best blocking wide receivers in the NFL. This guy's doing all the dirty work, and he has not had a double-digit target game since the first game of the season. So it might be time for the Eagles to think about pacifying these poor wide receivers. Enough with the Saquon Barkley MVP season. We got to get these guys happy when they're going into the postseason. But as we've seen, infighting can tear this Eagles team apart, even though they've had some really good vibes moving along. I kept the Bills at number 2, which is the last team I want to talk about here. And the reason why I was almost more confident in this team after losing to the Rams than less confident. You're going to have some of those defensive outlier games where your game plan just doesn't work and another team just rips you apart. But Josh Allen kept this game close. First player in modern NFL history with 3 passing and rushing touchdowns in one game. He's unbelievable, on the chart for MVP, on the course for MVP candidacy this year. We actually just nominated him here at Sports Illustrated for NFL Player of the Year. You can check that out at our website. But I think it just comes down to situational football, as it always seems to with Sean McDermott, but he's learning the hard lessons this year, and I do think he comes into the playoffs a little bit more ready to handle some of these late game situations. Remember, a couple of years ago, wasn't that long ago, we were talking about Andy Reid being an awful time manager. Now he might end up his NFL career as the winningest coach in NFL history. So stay with us here next week for week 15 power rankings, 16, 17, 18, and beyond as we head into the playoffs. And thank you, as always, for being a part.